Unit 9 in this Historical Perspectives class, the state and church in the High Middle Ages, walk through some of this tenuous relationship between the church and the state. We've seen this theme emerge from time to time, whether it be with Constantine or Charlemagne or the like, and it's kind of this ongoing dialogue between the church and the state in Western society. And I think it's important for us to kind of learn some of these lessons from the past as we move into the future to think about our own perspectives on the relationship between the church and the state. So this is what this unit focuses in on. Readings from Chapter 9, Western Society, as well as the Sources book, and then Chapter 6 focuses in on the Great Schism between the Eastern and Western halves of the church. A fascinating moment in our church's history. You have a quiz for the reading quiz, and then I put up here just a bit of a documentary for you to look at. No lecture from me this time, but something from the BBC focusing in on the Crusades. This is an issue that emerges from time to time, especially as we think about Christianity and Islam and their interactions. And so I think this is a good little introduction to what was going on and some of the issues pertaining to the Crusades. You have journals to work on here, so choose one of the three options there. And then, of course, our discussion board, where we can interact about these issues and follow up with them a bit further. I did just want to sort of now put one little kind of bend your ear here on the issue of the term paper. Now that the midterm is behind us, that's been done, you might want to start thinking a little bit about your term paper, and we're going to have the whole last week of class dedicated to focusing on the term paper, but there is some preliminary work that needs to be done before we get to that period, the last week of class. So just start thinking now. Your topics are incredibly broad, really anything related to any time period that we cover in this class. So like the beginning of time to about 1600, anything pertaining to Western civilization. We need not have even covered it directly in any of the lectures or the readings alike, or maybe just got a brief mention, in one paragraph. Maybe you want to pursue something that was just kind of a throwaway comment in the textbook or in one of the other books, and you find that fascinating. That's great. If you want to lean a bit more philosophical, you're welcome to do that. If you want to lean a bit more like art history, you're welcome to do that. If you want to lean a little bit more, literary and whatnot, that's fine as well. You have lots of latitude, lots of freedom. I'm happy to dialogue about these things. But right now, just as we're kind of in the middle of the second week, just start thinking a little bit about things. Maybe look ahead a little bit if there are some units up and coming that you might find to be fascinating. And then next week we'll kind of walk a little bit more about how do we kind of start just from a vague idea of a term paper and then hone that down to actually a real topic you can start researching. So that's what we can do here for Unit 9.